Carolina winter at its peak. The roadhouse was 10 miles from Shiftertown, halfway between Asheville and the Tennessee border. Popular on a Saturday night. Kenzie heard the two before she saw them. Bowman's voice imprinted on her heart, came to her from a deep shadow between the generator-run lights.
"So, you want to be with a shifter, do you?"
He was growling, and it was not really a question. The woman answered nervously, her high-pitched voice grating on Kenzie's nerves. Kenzie didn't pay much attention to her actual words. The woman's tone said she was afraid of Bowman, but determined to get her story, whatever that story happened to be. Kenzie edged close enough to be in scent range of Bowman, which meant the woman's cloying perfume came to her loud and clear. Why did human women douse themselves like that? Made Kenzie want to sneeze. She knew Bowman would be able to scent Kenzie skulking in the darkness, even over the perfume. She also knew Bowman wouldn't care that she was there. Those thoughts hurt, but Kenzie remained in the shadows, watching.
"Shifters are dangerous, sweetheart,"
Bowman was saying. He leaned against the back of a dusty SUV and stretched out his long legs, crossing them at the ankles. Bowman's arms were folded, both shutting himself off and giving the groupie and Kenzie a view of his sculpted muscles. He hadn't bothered with a coat. Bowman often didn't.
"Better be sure you know what you're getting into."
He was angry, even if his slow drawl didn't betray it. He hated anyone spying on his shifters, and with good reason. The young woman couldn't scent his fury as Kenzie did, but some instinct inside her knew to be worried. "I've always wanted to do a lupine." The pseudo-groupie was trying to sound as though she stalked shifters to have sex with them all the time, but Kenzie, and Bowman, knew better. Bowman remained silent and motionless for a long moment, while the girl grew more and more nervous. Then Bowman moved. The movement was slow and casual, but all the more devastating for that. He reached down and undid his belt, the clink of it coming to Kenzie. Next, she heard the whisper of his jean zipper. Kenzie froze, riveted in place as Bowman languidly slid his jeans and underwear halfway down his thighs and leaned back again on the SUV. Kenzie couldn't breathe. His half-lifted shirt showed a slice of hard abdomen, and his large shifter cock stood straight up between his strong, sun-bronzed legs. The brush of dark hair that cradled his shaft was lost in shadow, but Kenzie knew exactly what he looked like. The young woman made a strangled sound that Kenzie wanted to echo. Bowman, erect, was a beautiful sight.
"Come on, sweetheart,"
Bowman said impatiently.
"I haven't got all night."
The young woman opened and closed her mouth a couple times and took a few shaky steps backward. I don't know." Bowman came off the SUV with a suddenness only a shifter could manage. One moment he was reclining, ready, and the next he was nearly on top of the woman, his big hands on her shoulders.
"Here's what I know,"
he said in a fierce voice.
"You came to look at shifters, for whatever reason. So here I am. We look human, but we aren't. Not even close."
His jeans were still around his knees, his tight backside bare under the lights of the parking lot. But he didn't look ridiculous. Bowman never could. He was as decadent and enticing as ever. Kenzie's mating need, never very far away, flared. The groupie's words choked in her throat, her nervousness turning to full-blown fear. I just wanted to talk." Bowman shoved her away.
"I know what you wanted."
He leaned down and pulled up his jeans, taking his time.
"You wanted to come here and get all up in our shit and go tell the world about it. I don't know if you're a reporter or a detective or a do-gooder, but I want you out of here, away from my shifters."
The pseudo-groupie had the presence of mind to point out the obvious. "You don't own this place. This isn't Shiftertown. You can't tell me to leave." Her breathless groupie eagerness had gone, replaced by the hard, nasally voice of a woman who liked having her own way. Bowman wasn't impressed. His hands clamped down on her shoulders again, and a very wolf growl came out of his throat.
"I might not own the bar,